Published, 1535 EDT, April 1, 2018, updated, 1535 EDT, April 1, 2018. Anfield is bustling with fans and expectation. The Kop is in full voice in English opposition away, at the business end of a major European competition. Liverpool host Manchester City in the Champions League on Wednesday night, and the Reds have been in this situation before. In April 1973, Anfield was not the headquarters of European power it was to become. There were 42,000 there on this night, whereas 56,000 had turned up for the third round, FA Cup tie against Burnley. Alec Lindsay, second right, fires Liverpool towards a first-leg UEFA Cup win over Tottenham, but Bill Shankly had this as Anfield's sign erected a year earlier, and the message to visitors was that here was a place to behold, here was a ground in the process of becoming a fortress. Anfield had already enjoyed heady European occasions. Liverpool had reached 3 European semi-finals under Shankly before 1973. They had won one to reach the 1966 Cup Winners' Cup final, which was lost to Borussia Dortmund. The defeat hurt Shankly. Europe mattered to him. So Liverpool were yet to win a European trophy when they were drawn against Tottenham in the semi-final of the UEFA Cup, in 1973. Tottenham were holders. The year before had been the UEFA Cup's inaugural season as it evolved from the Fairs Cup. In a two-legged final, Spurs beat Wolves 3-2. And Spurs had been to Anfield 10 days earlier in the league and drawn 1-1. Pat Jennings saved 2 Liverpool penalties, from Kevin Keegan and Tommy Smith. Martin Peters struck for Spurs in the second leg, but Liverpool progressed on away goals. Tottenham had knocked Liverpool out of the League Cup in the last 8 with a 3-1 victory at White Hart Lane in a replay. Spurs did not come to Anfield for the first leg to be pushed over. Still, Bill Nicholson and his players understood the size of their task. Liverpool had been top of the league since September bar fortnight. Spurs' last win at Anfield had been in 1912. More relevant and concerning was that Jennings had missed the previous match at Southampton. Nicholson, however, was able to name the great Irishman on the team sheet, and Jennings repaid him with a typically obdurate display. He did not save penalties this time, but he made 2 late stops that had Anfield anxious. He was beaten just once, by Liverpool's Alec Lindsay, and one match report began. Tottenham endured a 90-minute battering by Liverpool to finish only 1-0 down, and must have a fine chance of reaching the final of the UEFA Cup for the second successive season. That was the general tone of the coverage. Liverpool had dominated and won, but Spurs held the advantage. Keegan squandered 2 chances that he made with his own good running before Tottenham cracked in the 27th minute, as how the only goal was reported. Smith drove a free kick into the crowded Tottenham penalty box, and it was like watching a giant pinball machine as the ball went backwards and forwards across the face of the goal before left back Lindsay stabbed it in. Lindsay had been signed by Shankly from Bury in 1969. He had been a right half at Gig Lane, but after an uncertain initial period at Anfield, Shankly asked him to play left back. Lindsay thrived and would go on to earn 4 England caps. Liverpool's Tommy Smith, front, and Borussia Mönchengladbach's Gunnar Netzer lead out the teams ahead of the second leg of the 1973 UEFA Cup final. Shankly had built 2 formidable Liverpool teams in the 1960s and was now constructing another, laying the foundations for 1970s and early 80s European domination. Just past his 22nd birthday, having been signed from Scunthorpe, Keegan provided cutting edge. Keegan did not score past Jennings in the second leg, but he set up Steve Highway, in that goal, in a 2-1 defeat, meant Liverpool were through to the final on the away goal rule. In the final they met Borussia Mönchengladbach, whom Shankly considered the best team in Europe. After Eintracht Frankfurt, Dynamo Berlin and Dynamo Dresden, this was the 4th German opposition Liverpool faced in the season's competition. Smith holds the UEFA Cup trophy following their 3-2 aggregate victory over the German side in the first leg at Anfield. Keegan scored twice in a 3-0 victory, and Ray Clemens saved the penalty from Jupp Heynckes. Larry Lloyd got the other, and his strike proved the difference when Liverpool suffered a 2-0 loss in Germany, Heynckes scoring both. Liverpool had their first European title, which came 1 month after winning the league. The club had not won a trophy for 7 years, but these 2 marked the beginning of a silver avalanche. Liverpool returned from Germany to Speak Aerodrome at 1 AM after the second leg. It was evening. That was the greatest thing of all, said Shankly.